Hi guys, and welcome back. Yep, I know I'm doing another non-related nail video. I'll try and mix them all up as much as I possibly can. I wanted to let you into a little bit of my personal life, and because I'd done that video about Tom and about helping shelters and helping animals and being a part of the solution, not the problem, and my views on it all, I thought I'd share with you. You've all seen Lexi in that, but I thought I would share with you a very special poem, and I'd let you meet Hannah and Sam. Yes, I've said they've passed, but they're still here with me. So this is Miss Hannah's paw print, and yes, she's in here. This is her own, and you can all see that's a little Taylor and that's a little Nick. She loved her puppies, and they were her puppies. And it says, Hanna, her papered name was I'm a Little Ripper. And it says, our best friend, guardian and protector. You gave us everything. You will live on in our hearts. My friend so true, and my memories of you will fill my mind until I go to you. Love always, Mum, Dad, Taylor, Nicholas, Grandma and Sam. And she died in 2010. And their grandma is my friend who bred her, and I miss her so much every day. She really was my protector. She was so protective of my children. She saved my life one day from being raped in a park. She means the world to me and my kids. Now I've got to be careful with this one because this one has Charlie and Sammy in it, but it's actually Sam's urn, but I put Charlie in here with him, what was left of her ashes. So what I might do is take the lid off. Sorry, they're a bit dusty. I don't touch them a lot. But they will be buried with me when I go, when it's my time. So that's Sam's footprint. Charlie's footprint. I should have thought about it on the time and got a footprint so I could have put it on the side of Sam's urn, but I didn't think about it. So there you go, that's Sammy. Isn't he gorgeous? He was a beautiful, beautiful boy. That's better, there's no much. And he died a few weeks after we got Lex. He was holding on, I think, waiting for us to get another puppy. But Sam went on January 2012. And he was the kids' dog. And Sam was a rescue dog, okay? My girlfriend who bred Hanna told me that one of her neighbours at the back of her had this dog. He was living on a chain and he was always barking, and the guy didn't want him anymore, and she knew I was thinking about getting another one. So I went round, saw him, saw the state Sam was in, and went, fuck, I've got to get this dog. Sorry for swearing. His coat, he'd never seen a brush. He was full of worms. He had mats like you wouldn't believe. He lived on a chain all his life pretty much. And they had a tap dripping. That was it. He'd never seen a bone. He didn't know what meat was. He was only given bickies. It was just disgusting. And Sam came to live with us. And his says, Sam, you came to us when you were 2 years old. And boy, you were a mess. We loved you the minute you entered our home. You were a mate to Hanna and our best friend. You never had a mean bone in your body, and you showed us you knew you were finally home. You gave us everything. You will live in our hearts. My friend so true, and memories of you will fill my mind until I go to you. Love always, Mum, Dad, Taylor, Nicholas, and your new friend Lexi. May you rest in peace with your much loved mate Hanna. So I've got, because it's such a beautiful photo of him and I didn't want any writing on it, so she did for me this. And when I had Charlie cremated, because over here when the vets put them down, they no longer cremate them anymore. There's a special part in the tip that the animals go to, and I couldn't bear for any of these guys to just be taken to the tip. That made me sick. So I don't want a huge big lineup of urns. I will one day put something on this side for Charlie and her picture and that. I've got to seal the lid on this. And this is for Charlie and Sam. And, you know, whether the kids want to keep them or not, or whether they want to bury them with me, because my family know, my kids know, I don't want to be cremated. I actually want to be buried. But years and years ago I came across this poem. It was actually given to me when I got Sam, and I actually wanted to put this on his urn, and they all said please don't, because it's gut-wrenching, but it is just so true of what had happened to Sam. And it's entitled The Life and Death of an Untrained Dog. I woke up one morning with my little mates. I saw Mum lying there, so I went over to get some breakfast. Mum was warm, she licked me all over. She loved us so much. Things were good back then. I went to live in a home with 2 kids, and yes, this guy had kids, and their mum and dad. And Sam's mum and dad had separated and he went with the dad. I used to be able to come in the house and play. They even let me sleep in the house. The children would run and I would chase them. And when I was little, they would let me jump on them and playfully bite them. The family would laugh and encourage me to play like that. They gave me lots of toys, such as socks, shoes, stuffed animals. I had so much fun. Those were the days. As I got bigger, I would accidentally knock the children down. I would try to bite them on the cuff of their pants as they ran. I found toys like one my master gave me when I was younger, and I would chew them up. They started getting mad at me all the time, and when I jumped on them, they would knee me down. One minute they were laughing at me for biting and chewing. The next minute they would spank me for doing the very same thing. I was so confused. Now I spend my days, hour after hour, chained in the backyard. No one comes to play with me. I'm so happy to see them when they come out that I jump and bark with joy. I spend my days digging up the yard around me, which makes my master mad at me. The fleas crawl all over me, which drives me crazy. The more I sit out here, the madder I get. I cannot understand why they brought me home just to chain me in a yard. If my masters were unhappy with my behaviour, why not train me? Why did they encourage me to jump and bite? Things have not gotten any better for me. Now I sit in jail. People come by my cage and look at me. I bark at them, but no one wants me. Oh no, here comes the lady with the leash. Where is she taking me? She walks me into a room. Oh, she likes me. It's so good to be hugged. What's this? She is sticking my leg. Oh, I am sleepy. What's happening to me? I'm sleepy now. No one can hurt me anymore. Sorry, it really does want to make me cry, this poem, because Sam used to, once he settled in and he knew that it took him 2 years nearly to work out that he was home. He had a home and he was loved. And then he started showing us, because he really didn't understand what had happened to him when I come and took him. And, you know, my girlfriend who bred Hanna, she helped me clean up his coat, which he hated. He hated being brushed. And I can understand why with all those mats he had in him. But once he settled down, chained life, he had a barking issue. He had an issue with digging. My backyard, he used to punish me when I'd go away on holidays. I'd come back and there was 13 holes. You left me, you didn't take me with you. And he used to pull our clothes off the line. It used to annoy me so much. But with a lot of love and a lot of training, Sam became a really, really good dog. And I know he really enjoyed life with us. And I know how much he really enjoyed it when he missed Hanna so greatly. But instead of letting me know months earlier how sick he was, because he knew how devastated I was over Hanna. And he used to come up and put his big face in my lap and just look at me and go, "I'm here, Mum." Especially when I wasn't doing so well, you know, because Hanna always knew when I wasn't well. And when I became a chronic pain patient, she used to move herself in front of him so he couldn't jump at me. Because, you know, when I'd been away for 2 months and I finally came home, he was so excited to see me, and she positioned herself between us so he couldn't jump all over me. And when he tried to run around us, she actually put him to the ground and was letting him know, be calm, be gentle. He really heavily relied on her, just like I did. And we were both so miserable when she left. And he got spoiled, especially when we moved into Hutton Court, because we had a big back veranda. So he was allowed to sleep up there and be closer to us all the time. I mean, the dogs got inside time, but 2 big German Shepherds, our houses weren't that big out there. So, you know, they'd come up for a few hours with us, but when we moved over to Hutton Court and we knew Sam was so lonely without Hanna, he spent so much more time with us, inside or being close to us, which I know he loved. But he knew I was so super, super sad, and he just held out. And I'll never forget the day I brought Lex home. He was running around. I mean, he was 12 years old and he's running around in circles. He was being like a puppy himself. He was so excited and so happy to have a friend. And it was about 3 weeks after Lex came home. He'd been training her up, telling her what she needed to do, showing her the ropes. And he started having seizures and letting me know he was really sick, and then we had to say goodbye. This poem, I wonder if I hadn't have taken him, would he have been like this dog in this poem and end up being put to sleep? Sam was actually the reason I got into obedience. And he was so good at it. Sam would do anything and everything just to please us. And it was so funny. If I came outside and he dug a new hole, all I'd have to do is go, "Did you do that?" in a really gruff, loud voice. And he'd look up at me and he'd run off into his kennel and just sit there going, "Yes, I did." We never had to smack him, nothing. He learned not to jump up at our washing and put balloons and I put Tabasco on a towel, you know, and it just got to the end. I think that it didn't matter what I did, he was still going to do it. But at the end of the day, when he finally stopped, he stopped because there was no need for him to do it. You know, he used to jump on the trampoline with the kids. The kids would play ball with him. They couldn't play ball with Hanna. They'd throw the ball and Hanna would just stand there. And then they'd go and walk down and get it and come back, and she'd be all waggy and happy and that. She taught her puppies, she was teaching her puppies how to play fetch. Whereas Sam was just so happy and so eager to please all of us. Whereas Hanna, definitely, I was mum, I was master, she respected me, she really didn't like men that much. And those kids were her puppies, they were her babies. Even up until the day she died, they were her babies, you know. But Sam, it didn't matter which one of us. He loved baths, he loved water. It took me nearly 3 years to convince him to stop wolfing down food and make him understand, I'm always going to feed you. You know, this poem holds a very dear place in my heart because of Sam, and I just wanted to share it all with you. I hope it touched you like it touches me. Bye for now, guys.